Hi everyone, in this video we will discuss about site-to-site VPN connection. Site-to-site VPN connection is part of AG104 and AG500 Azure certification. If you want to go through the complete course, you can purchase these courses from my website, that is techlearning.spy.com. All the information is given in the description. If you want to check out the course content, just click on course and click on preview. So left hand side, you can see all of the course contents. Other than individual courses, course packages are also available where you can find out the decent discount on these courses. Let's get back to our topic, that is site-to-site VPN connection. And the first and most important question is, what is site-to-site VPN connection?
Suppose this is your Azure site. In this, you have created a VNet, and the VNet name is VNet1. And inside this VNet, you have a subnet, and finally, you have the servers here. Okay, so the subnet name, suppose I'm calling it subnet1, and the range of IP address is 10.0.1.0/24. Fine. So this is one site. This is your Azure site. Inside Azure, actually, you have configured everything. Now let's say this is your office on premises. And inside your office also you will have a network. Okay. So let's say this is the network inside your office. Now, if someone walk into the office and sit on their laptop or workstation, okay, so what they will do, these laptop and workstation will be connected to the internal network. Okay, this is a private network. So suppose this is your machine, this is your cubicle, or it can be a data center also, you can understand in any way. So let's say this is your workstation inside your office. So if you want to connect from this workstation to this Azure virtual machine, okay, via the private IP address. So what you have to do, first of all, you have to integrate this network and this network. Then only both of them can communicate with each other. Okay, so this type of connection is known as site-to-site VPN connection. So one is your Azure site and second is your on-premises site here. Okay, so this is also a site. So you are establishing a VPN connection between two sites so that the private network between both the sites are connected to each other. Okay, if you are sitting here via public IP address, you can access from anywhere. That is a different concept altogether. But now we are only discussing about if you want to access via the private IPs. Okay, and you can only access via the private IP address if your network are connected to each other. In yesterday's session, we had discussed about the point to site VPN. In case of point of site VPN, you had a laptop, and this laptop you were traveling or sitting in your home and working from home, and from home you are trying to connect the Azure infrastructure, Azure network. So this was your point to site VPN. Point was your laptop and site is your this virtual network, Azure site. But here we are talking about site to site. Your Azure infrastructure is integrated with your office network in the backend. Okay, so what is the difference in it? Here you are walking with your laptop from any location you can connect, but in this case you have to walk in into this building. From this building itself only, once you are inside the building, then only you can establish the connection. So this is same as like you are going to office and working there, or you are working from home in this condition, work from home and work from office kind of environment. Correct? So this is known as your site-to-site VPN. Now, how to configure this site-to-site VPN? So in this practical, so let's make it neat and clean first. So let's say this is your one subnet, and what I will do now, I will create a gateway, VPN gateway here first of all. So the name of this VPN gateway will be, let's say VPN gateway 1. And to attach this VPN gateway 1 with my VNet 1, What I will do, I will create a gateway subnet here. You know all this thing. So this is the gateway subnet. And this is your subnet one. And then you have to attach this VPN gateway one here to the gateway subnet. Let's say this is your office. This is your office, and inside this office you have the network, and that network you want to integrate with this Azure network, virtual network one here. Okay, so what is required in this case? We required a more one additional component here. That component known as local network gateway. Fine. So this local network gateway will be attached to your VPN gateway one, and on your on premises there will be a VPN device. Let's say this is a VPN device here. And who is managing this VPN device? This VPN device will be managed by your on premises network team. Okay, there are a lot many VPN devices available in the market from the different vendors. Let's say one of the VPN devices connected here. So how to do this complete setup? One thing I want to highlight about today's practical. So we will understand how to do overall configuration from Azure point of view, but we do not have this on premises infrastructure. So this is your on-prem, right? So we do not have this on-prem and this VPN device. So this part we will not able to do, but I will show you how to do it. Okay, because in this overall setup there are two stakeholders. One stakeholder is your Azure admin, and the second stakeholder is your network engineer, your local IT team person. So both of them you have to come into the call and do this setup. Okay. Conceptually, we will understand how this whole concept work. Also, we will see that from Azure admin point of view, what and all things you are supposed to do, and exactly what is done by this network engineer in the on-premises setup. But last mile connectivity, like the testing via the ping, that whether connection is happening or not happening, that we will not able to see. Now you understand up to this point that we have created a VPN gateway, and this VPN gateway is attached to your gateway subnet. In our VNet to VNet connection and point to site VPN connection, we have done this. Okay. So same thing will be applicable here as well. So now this is the new thing, local network gateway. Now, why this local network gateway is created? Okay, so generally we create this local network gateway to gather the information about your on-premises network. So what kind of information is required? When we configured our VPN gateway one, so we had assigned a public IP address, and this public IP address was assigned by Azure. Okay, we only mentioned the name, then this public IP address was given by the Azure here automatically. On local network gateway also we need a public IP address, but this public IP address will not be assigned by the Azure. Who will give you this public IP address? This public IP address should be given by the network engineer, your network operation team of your on premises. So exactly what is the real-time application of this public IP address? This public IP address will point you toward the VPN device of your on-premises infrastructure. Okay. So that is the reason this IP address is given by on-premises team here. This is one thing. Second thing is that when you are establishing your site-to-site VPN, you might have observed that inside your office, there are multiple ranges of networks are available. So it is totally depend upon how your network team has organized or what is the architecture of your network inside your company. Okay. The general scenario is that suppose there are multiple floors inside your office. Let's say this is your first floor, this is your second floor. In first floor, the range of IP address is different. In second floor, range of IP address is different generally. And it can be divided based on the team also. Okay, let's say there is an engineering team for that, subnet is different or network range is different. Okay, and there is a IT team or HR team. For them, network range is different. It is depend on bay by bay also inside the office. Okay, so totally depend upon how your internal network team has designed the architecture. The key point which I want to highlight here, that is, inside one office you might have multiple range of network available. Let me take one example. The example is that, let's say this is first floor, this is your second floor. So what I can do here, on first floor, let's say this is the range of IP address which is assigned: 192.168.1.0/24. And on second floor, the range of IP address which is defined is 192.168.2.0, and so on. If you have more floors and other way to define the network, you can follow that one. So according to my example, I am taking these range of IP address. So now what is the function of this local network gateway? It will collect the information of your on premises infrastructure and provide it to my VPN gateway one. Okay, so now, how you want to establish this VPN connection? Do you want to connect all of your office to connect via this virtual network one, so that everything can interconnect with each other? Or you just want to select only one network? What is the meaning of it? Let's say you just want to allow this network to communicate via this VPN connection. So you will have machines here, servers. Okay, only these machines are going to interact via this point to side VPN. The machines those are available in this network will not be able to communicate because we haven't specified them. If you want to add this network also, so you have to give the detail of this network as well inside the local network gateway. So let's say in my example, I want to include both of the network 1.0 and the 2.0 here. So what I will do, I will mention both of the detail here: 192.168.1.0/24. Similarly, 192.168.2.0/24. Clear? Okay. So let's start. Then we will come back again, and wherever required, we will update our diagram. So as I told you multiple times, whenever we use the term VPN, it means all of your traffic is going via the internet is there in between. So we use the protocol IKE version 2. So there will be a tunnel. Via this tunnel your sessions are moving from here to there. Your traffic is flowing from your Azure infrastructure to your on-premises network, from your on-premises network to your Azure network here. Correct? So let's see that how to deploy it. What is the first step? First step is that we should have a network inside the Azure, and I have created one network already here. That is VNet1. And if you come on address space, this is my address 10.0.0.0/16. Inside that, I have created a subnet 10.0.1.0. Also, I have created a gateway subnet 2.0. Okay. And what I did, already I have created my virtual network gateway as well, because it takes a lot of time. So already I have created to save the timing. You know this step, how to configure it. Okay. So if you come back here, you can see VPN gateway 1 is attached to your virtual network, that is VNet 1 here. Okay, and the gateway type is the VPN. So this part of configuration I have already done up to this point. So what is pending now? So pending thing is that I need to create this local network gateway and specify all this information. Correct. So this is a imaginary part here. So I'm just assuming that, so this is my on premises infrastructure, so that I have taken on the assumption base. So accordingly I will show you that how we can do the configuration inside the local network gateway. Clear? So come back and type local network gateway and click on create local network gateway. Okay, so local get network gateway name it is asking. Let's say I'm saying local network gateway 1, this is the name. So it is asking me about the endpoint IP address. You can give the IP address or you can give the fully qualified domain name also. So let's say I'm going with the IP address. So which IP address it is talking about? So this is the IP address. Okay, I told you that on-premises team will give me a IP address to assign so that it can point toward to the VPN device of your on-premises infrastructure. So same IP address we are going to take, but I do not have this infrastructure available. So which IP address I can put it here? Randomly, you cannot type anything. It will not accept. So there should be a public IP address only. So what I will do, I'll go to my laptop and type here what is my IP address and copy this IP address here. Okay. This is a public IP address, so it will accept this one. You can see the green tick. Do not confuse that why I have taken my laptop IP address. There is no connection between my laptop IP address and this configuration. I just wanted to fill up a valid IP address in this so that it accept the configuration here. That's all. Fine, because I do not have my on premises. Now, second thing, it is asking me about the address space. Now, which address it is asking? So go back to your diagram. In this diagram, I told you that so which network of your on premises you want to allow to communicate via this site to site VPN. So I told you there are two network 192.168.1.0 and 2.0. So these two range of IP address I'm going to specify 192.168.1.0 slash 24. Okay, so these two network I have allowed, and resource group, suppose let's take this my RG location in central US and create this local network gateway. So local network gateway does not take much time, so it should be done within a minute. Okay, so local network gateway is ready. If you refresh this one, so this is your local network gateway 1. Now come back again to the diagram. In this diagram, this local network gateway is connected to my VPN gateway 1. So how to establish this connection? To establish this connection, I have to get inside to this VPN gateway 1 here. So come to VPN virtual network gateway, and this is my VPN gateway 1. And now you click on connection here under setting. Okay, then click on add. So let's say the name of my connection is connection 1. And now it is asking what is your connection type. When you click on this drop down list, so there is an option called site to site. So I want to establish a site to site connection through the VPN. So that is the reason it is known as site to site VPN connection. So I am on VPN gateway 1. So one end has been selected as VPN gateway 1. Now it is asking me to select the local network gateway. Why local network gateway? Because network gateway only has all the required information. So it has the information that where exactly this VPN gateway should go and actually connect. Okay, so the IP address is given here, and also the network information is also given here. So same thing. So that is the reason it is asking me for the local network gateway. So click on it and choose your local network gateway. Now it is asking about the shared key here. So shared key is like a password 12345 6. Okay, so this I have given. The protocol is IK version 2, and just go here. Remember this password because this password you have to give it to your on-premises team also, right? So click on OK. So I have created a connection from this direction. So from here to here, I'm trying to create a connection now. So name of this connection I have given as connection 1. Fine. And in this, I have given my shared key also, that is np at the rate 123456, right? So this is the connection which I'm supposed to make as a Azure administrator. from my end, from here to here. The similar connection also has to be done by your on premises network team in this direction. Okay, and when they are creating this connection, they have to give the same shared key as well. Not only shared key, if you can notice here, when I created this local network gateway, so I need lot of information which is related to the on-premises environment, like what is the IP address, okay, what is the network range. So who shared all this information to me? Definitely it is shared by the network operation team. You will not be aware of this, correct? Similarly, when this network operation team is trying to establish this connection from their end to your end, they also need a lot of information. What kind of information? The first information is that what is the shared key you configured here. Second thing, what is the IP address of your VPN gateway? What is your network IP addresses? What is your subnet IP addresses? Okay, what kind of protocol you are using in your VPN gateway? So everything you have to provide them. Okay, then only they can establish the configuration. But providing these information in bit and pieces will be difficult for you. So what Azure has done, okay, Azure has consolidated all of this information so that one shot you can provide it to your network engineer. So you have this connection. Currently, this status is unknown because only one connection has been established. So other connection has to be created from the on premises to your Azure side. So, but I told you that some information need to be given. So click on that connection one. Here you have an option called download configuration. So click on this download configuration. Okay. So what configuration will be included? The overall configuration of your Azure environment, what you have set up, will be available inside this configuration file. But before that, it has few questions. It is asking, you have connected one device here. Okay, there is a device connected here in the on premises by the on premises team. Who is the vendor of that device? So when you click on it, there are multiple vendors are already listed: Allied, Telesis, Cisco, Juniper, so on, right? So let's say the vendor is Cisco here, and suppose your vendor is not listed, you can go with the generic sample. But I'm assuming, let's say Cisco is the company, and this device belong to Cisco here. Correct. So this information again will come from your network team. Then you will ask what is the device family of this VPN device. Let's say device family is this one. And then you will ask what is the firmware. So all this information when you fill up about the VPN device, now you can click on download configuration. So what it is going to do according to your vendor, it is going to give you a customized file. Okay, because company to company things are different, configuration will be different. So in this configuration file you can see all of the information has been listed. It include everything end to end. Also it has the commands also. If you are aware of the CCNA, these are the command to allow the IP address. Okay, so we study about all these things. So this is the configuration part. So what now network engineer is supposed to do, we will share this file to the network engineer now. So what they will do, they will log inside to their VPN device and import this configuration file into their device. As soon as they do this, the connection from your on premises to your Azure will be established. This connection 2 will also be established. When handshake happen between connection 1 and the connection 2, the final connection will be done. Okay. And if you try to ping from a virtual machine, what you have created inside the subnet will be able to communicate to the device. Let's say a physical device is there, a laptop is there. So they both will be able to communicate with each other via the private IP addresses of each other. Okay. So this is how this site to site VPN connection work here. Okay. So let me know if you have any question on this.